Good morning. So I'm not in the UK for the first time in years, and I'm actually in the Netherlands with Shimano on the mountain bike, and also look who's here with me. Hey, it's Chris. So we are basically doing some mountain bike riding, and I'm going to show you at the top where we are actually heading because it's pretty exciting. And yeah, I actually thought the Netherlands were really flat, and then now there's going to be some climbing. Did you expect this much climbing? For you, this is not that much climbing. I mean, compared, it's not mountain. Yeah, it's all relative. We'll see what it's like at the top. But I'm like, this looks pretty good. Hey, look how close they can get. Hi, sheepies. So we've made it to the top. I think I was a little bit more hopeful for the climbs, and we probably, how did it take? A minute, maybe?
Yeah.
About a minute. I was thinking, because you know it was a bit of a climb, and I was like, oh, it's going to be like 20 minutes. No. But I don't mind because this is very pretty. Let me zoom you out. It is gorgeous. So this is Irmo.
Yeah.
Irmo. And you are our photographer for the day.
I am.
You are, and you are local, so
I am local.
You know all the good spots. So where are we now? What is this beautiful view?
We are now at the top of what is called the Devil's Cave, actually. If you look to the left, that's Belgium over there. So
what?
And on the right, you'll find the Netherlands.
So that is Belgium there?
That is Belgium right there, yeah. So we'll go down another trail which will lead us there, and we'll go up here into a little single trail over there, and then we'll really enter some mountain bike terrain, have some nice like flowy single trails.
I'm into it.
We're in Belgium.
Oh, this is actually Belgium?
This is Belgium.
I'm really hot. I've got all winter stuff and the sun's come out. You're alright, you always come prepared for 30 degrees.
I just look at the weather forecast and
I
then dress for the world.
It said it was going to rain. It said it was going to rain. Anyway, so we've just done like a couple of the trails. I did have to stop and push, I think. So, and also, I'm actually quite surprised at how much climbing.
It's lots of undulations, yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be that much climbing. But one thing that I found with having clipless now is that, and that was the thing that I wanted when I was at the trail centre of Landegler, was like the climbing, like I really feel like I wanted to be clipped in. Just I think because I'm so used to that on the road bike and on the gravel bike, whereas it's just on the descents I'm still a bit like, oh, maybe I want to just have flats again. So I guess, and you'll know, I guess, the differences and the benefits of like being clipped in or not.
Yeah, and different people gravitate to different systems like SPD or being on the flats, but being clipped is definitely more efficient. You get that pull when you're pedaling up the way, and you're also super secure to the bike. So I like mine, and I run mine really tight. They don't release easily. Because
that's the thing. One of the other things is you can adjust the tension. You probably already know, or if you don't, you can adjust the tension on Shimano SPD so that you can have them tighter. Or so you obviously have yours, so it's harder to unclip, which is good if you're on really rocky terrain.
Well, you just feel like you and the bike are working perfectly together. You're tight. You're connected. And once you're confident, that's a great way to be riding. And you need to build up the skill set for that. I think that's the difference between mountain bike and road as well. Getting straight onto clips sometimes, as you found today, is actually quite nerve-wracking.
It is a little bit. I thought, I'll be fine. I've been using them on like my road bike actually for years and years. I was like, it'll be fine. And I love it on the climbing, but on some of the descents I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit, I don't know. Because the thing that I found with the flats is that when I was on really rocky stuff, I felt like even though they were grippy, I felt like I could do with being clipped in here. But I guess it's just getting used to it and trusting that I can unclip when I need to. So I've lowered the tension of mine, so they are really easy to unclip. So just getting used to it. But look how nice this is. Look,
Stella.
Look at this. It is really pretty. Because I know a lot of people that when I was talking about potentially like using clips, they're like, oh, but I've been a mountain biker for 20 years and I still use flats. That's just what I prefer. So it's not necessarily right and wrong. It's just what you prefer. So maybe I'll juggle between the both and see which I prefer.
Yeah, get comfortable. I mean, I spent 2 weeks flopping in the bushes every time when I first switched to SBs.
You?
Oh yeah, totally. Every time I forgot that my feet were glued to the pedals, and I it's part of the rite of passage, I think. The fact that you haven't been down in the dirt today is, I don't know if you've had the full experience.
It's because I got off and walked before it was too taking. I was like, nah, I'll just walk this. Hello, it's been a bit of a while since we got back from the bike ride, just because I've been eating food and just having a little relax. Like, how amazing is this hotel room? Look at the bike on the wall. I love it, right? So when I came in yesterday, I'll explain whereabouts I am and why I'm here. So I am in, it's called Black Label Hotels, and it's right next to the Shimano Experience Centre, which is in Valkenburg. I think that's how you pronounce it. So yeah, just basically here to come and look at the Experience Centre and just explore some of the trails, because I've been doing some mountain biking with Chris, who's from H&I Adventures, and we decided now we can actually get out and travel that we'd come and do a bit of mountain biking again. But I really love the colour of this. It's like green, black and white. It's like all my favouriteest things, and bikes. So I'm going to head down now. We're actually going to go to the Experience Centre now and have a little look of what's on offer. But yeah, apologies. There is a lot of my stuff. I'm one of these people that's like, I'm pretty tidy at home, but then when I come away, I'm just like, it just explodes everywhere and there's just stuff everywhere. So let's head down now. I'm going to go and meet Chris, and then we're going to go to the Experience Centre. It's very fancy.
Like how I was a kid.
Is it actually?
It was an iconic mountain bike.
Yeah?
Yeah.
First Dior XT. So they've all got triples? Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, 'cause mine's just one bike, isn't it?
Yeah, so you've got the same ratio now, but the cassette's got much bigger with the chainring at the front much smaller. So the whole thing with now a 1x12 drivetrain is that you've got a huge range of gears, so you can winch your way up hills in that kind of big dinner plate at the back, but the whole thing's much cleaner, much smoother shifting with one chainring at the front.
Rather than having to then think about... Because the other thing for me is like having to think about dropping the seat post and changing gears. For me, as a beginner, that's like something that I'm...
Strong, easy, reliable. But this is the bike I wanted as a kid. This was it. There was a poster.
Take it out for a spin.
Yes. There's a poster of this on my wall.
I'm just talking about big cassettes. That is... Look at that.
So you've got the Dior version of this cassette. Yours.
I prefer having... Because it's hilly generally, the rides that I'm doing, I'd rather have like a bigger range than going smaller. Well, is there any benefit to having a smaller one? I guess if you somewhere flatter.
Yeah, I suppose if you were doing much smaller undulations and you needed less of a spread of gears, then you might choose to do a smaller one.
But with hilly stuff, just go big.
Well, it depends what you want, right? There's no right or wrong answer for anyone.
Okay. I just personally prefer, I like all the gears all the time. I'm like...
SLX. This is...
XTR. Oh, that's the top one.
This is where things get Gucci.
Do you have this one? Do you actually have this one?
Yeah, on my bike at home. They're beautiful cranks though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, this is all the technologies that are in it. So in Dior here as well, you've got the Hyperglide Plus, and the thing with all of these drivetrains is they're engineered together. So the cassette, the cranks, the chainring, the chain, the derailleur, all of it's built as a system. So that's the whole point of it working well all together. And that's when the chain and the cassette, the derailleur, they all complement each other. So like things like Hyperglide Plus and things just make for that really clean, smooth shift, even under power. So when you mess it up, it still works.
Yeah, that's good for me. What's that then? What you got there?
World Cup downhill bike.
I'm going to go over to the roadside where I feel a little bit more comfortable.
No, this is Katie Butler mountain biking, remember?
I know.
Coming back to the dark side.
No, wow. I reckon that is Peter Sagan's side. Shut up.
I've never used Swift. That doesn't look anything like me.
No, it looks a bit skinny. Yeah, get yourself on. You're out of breath now, aren't you? You just push yourself. Well done.
These are heavy boots.
And you're in jeans.
Like resistance training.
We've now got grumbling tummies and we're trying to figure out where we're going to go and eat. I think we're walking into the town, which will be really nice. Because it is so pretty around here. It's really, really beautiful. Food? Yeah? Oh, hang on, I'll just turn the kettle off. I'm having a quick brew before I go to bed. I'll just turn that off, you can't hear me. So, I had a really fun night. And then tomorrow, another day mountain biking. And I was thinking about this earlier, and I feel like with mountain biking, and I don't know whether this is just me, I feel like with road riding, I felt like my progression like kind of went like that. Whereas with mountain biking, I kind of feel like it's really up and down. I feel like one day I feel really crap on the bike, and then another day, like last week when I was at Landeglen, I did that trail and I was like, yeah, this is amazing. I feel like I want to go on like clips now. And then today I was on clips and I was like, maybe I got a little bit too excited and a bit too cocky. May want to go back to flats. And I guess the beauty of it is you can just pick what suits you and what you prefer. And I guess I'm still figuring that out, but I think I might go back to flats. I'll try clips again tomorrow, see how I get on, and keep you posted on what I decide. But I think the main point of it is, and I guess this is my whole thing of cycling, and I hope this comes across, is you don't need to do anything. Just because I ride a specific bike or I wear a specific top or ride a specific pedal, you don't have to do that. I kind of want to share like all the different options, and then you can make your own mind up what's best for you. And yeah, that's just kind of how I like to do it. So I'm going to go to bed now. I'm going to get the kettle back on so I can have my brew. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow for another day of fun times away from the UK. I mean, there's fun times in the UK. I mean, what I mean is first time in a long time I've actually get to go away. Anyway, I'm going to go stop waffling and get my brew. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next video. So we're going to head back. I don't know if you can see me. God, it's quite bright. Oh, that's zoomed in. So
you can see me now.
You can see me now.
Smallest, most disappointing sack ever.
Chris, why does it always get to this?